Shawn, WSRT Fitness. If this is your first time here, please remember to subscribe, click the bell, and select all for notifications. Thank you so much for watching and welcome. Today I have with me Eli from Awaken the Wolf Fatloss, and we are starting a series on exposing obesity and a lot of the hardships and anxieties and things that aren't normally broadcast. And we're doing this and coming from a place of experience. Eli has lost over 100 pounds just as I have, and we've both come back from morbid obesity, and Eli as well as myself, we are always progressing forward towards better health, and that's something that we want for everybody who watches and really everybody in general. So today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to cover kind of like where we came from, kind of like the whole origin story. So we're going to give a surmised version of our switch moments. So with that, I'm actually going to send it out to Eli, and he's going to take it away.
What is up, guys? Awaken the Wolf Fatloss here, coming at you with WSRT Fitness. Thank you, Shawn, for giving me the opportunity to collaborate with you, to be able to spread this message, to be able to talk more openly about all of the issues that me and you have dealt with. And this video, as Shawn's already stated, is going to be about the bottom of the barrel, their switch moments, where we came from as former morbidly obese individuals. So for me, essentially my switch moment, which I have on my channel, I made a video about my switch moment on my channel, which if you haven't liked and subscribed, go subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate the support. I'm still small, I'm still trying to find my voice, but I'm working at it. But my switch moment essentially was two things that kind of happened to me on the same day. One is I woke up on that day and I realized that my ankle was hurting so bad that I had to limp around. And I had been limping around before with it. It had hurt a lot before, but I never really, addressed it. I never really thought too much about it. And that day was just a culmination of a lot of pain. And then that same day when I went to work, I ended up getting a disciplinary write-up for attendance because I had been calling in. I had been not going to work because I've been feeling sick. Mentally, I wasn't just feeling right, so I've been taking days off, things like that. And all those things were due to my morbid obesity, due to my physical state. So as far as my switch moment, when I realized that I was starting to lose my mobility and I was at risk of losing my job, that's when I realized that things were getting serious. Things were starting to go really bad. So that's when I decided that I needed to step forward, stop making excuses, and just do the work and start losing the weight.
So for my switch moment, I think that if I'm only going to talk about one thing in particular, I have to talk about a particular phone call that really set it off for me. Now, my previous employer was a job that gave me a particular set of skills, and I was hoping to get a better job in that field to better enable me to support my family. And so I got myself an interview, and a phone interview to start with. I'm on the phone and we're talking, and oh yeah, everything looks good, looks great, you're a great guy, this, that, and the other thing. And they said, okay, so all you need to do is pass the physical. So, oh, okay, sure, that shouldn't be a problem. They said, okay, they said, how fast do you run a mile? I said, well, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I ran a mile. Why? Well, you have to run a mile and a half in this amount of time. And so we went over the fact that when they said physical, they meant a physical exertion exam. And that was something that I couldn't do. So they gave me what the requirements were, and I was nowhere near that, the weight that I was. And I said, I have to be honest, I can't do that. And so the response from the person was, if you can't do that, then you need to do something about your health. And then she ended the conversation by saying, listen, you have this job waiting for you as soon as you can pass that test. When you can pass that test, this is it. We got you. You're great. And so for me, that's just a crazy thing to realize that my health cost me a job to make almost $20,000 a year more than the job that I had was paying. It was an opportunity just slipped away because of my health. Another thing that Eli and I want to go over today is our bottom of the barrel moment, because that's also a part of this. So the switch moment can a lot of times be motivating, and at times can even be inspirational in your life, and other times can be just that terrible, awful moment. And so we wanted to share that bottom of the barrel moment that really helps put into perspective how much damage we were really doing to ourselves. So I'm going to let Eli go ahead and start with this as well.
But a switch moment isn't necessarily a bottom of the barrel moment where we've hit rock bottom, where we truly feel that we have finally sunk into the depths of our own obesity, that there's no way out, and we just kind of keep stumbling forward thinking that that's just the way our lives are going to be. As far as my rock bottom moment, I'm not going to go into super detail with it, but I'm just going to say that with a lot of obese and morbidly obese people, it can be difficult to perform certain functions, certain bodily functions that you should be able to do without a problem, such as going to the restroom. And all I'm going to say is I had problems with that. And that is something that I feel has been what my rock bottom moment with my obesity is not being able to go to the restroom properly. It's really embarrassing, you know, and it sucks not being able to do the normal things that you should be able to do as a person, like, you know, going upstairs normally, or playing with your kids, or going to the restroom, or tying your shoes, getting into your car, just normal things that people should normally be able to do can be affected by your state of obesity. And I know people know this, they experience this every day, but they choose to ignore it, they choose to not acknowledge it because they are embarrassed by it. But look guys, it's not anything to be embarrassed about, because you can change it. Yes, you can be ashamed of it because you know that you let yourself get to that state, but you don't need to stay there. You don't need to keep yourself in that pit. You can climb out of that pit. I did, Shawn did, and you can too.
So for my bottom of the barrel moment, it actually came a couple months before the switch moment, in which if you've been following me a while, or if you join my Facebook Lives every morning, the WSRT Fitness Facebook group, you might have heard this story, but in case you haven't, I got home late from work one night, and it was January, it was cold, and we live on the second floor up a tall flight of stairs, and I was always out of breath going up those stairs. I always felt like complete shit at the top. And on this particular night, I don't know what it was, but I just felt worse, and each stair felt like a mountain on its own. And I got to the 8th stair, and I was so dizzy and lightheaded and out of breath that I actually had to sit down. And I was counting the stairs, you know, over and over again. That's how I know I was sitting on the 8th stair of the staircase. And I just kept counting over and over and over again, thinking, you know, this is no way to live. My family is inside, probably wondering where I'm at. They might have seen the car in the driveway, so they're probably wondering what the hell I'm doing. It's like 5 degrees, 10 degrees outside or something like that. It was ridiculously cold, you know, windy, and I'm sitting there not being able to freaking breathe. So I absolutely had to lose this weight and get healthy. And yet I was sitting there feeling sorry for myself instead of doing something about it. So as we're going over these switch moments, bottom of the barrel moments, I think it's really important to leave you with a silver lining, and that is that it's not too late. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday. It only matters what you do today. And that's something we can change. We can all do what we need to do to get healthier, be healthier, and be happier while we're at it. We can make a better food decision. You know, we can make the decision to be more active. We can make any decision that we want to improve our lives for the better. And that's something that I hope everybody's out there doing, especially when it comes to your health, because you deserve to live the longest, happiest, healthiest life that you can. So that's all for today's video. Eli and I both hope sincerely that you enjoyed it. Next week, we're going to have a part 2 to this video. It's going to be on Eli's channel. It's Awaken the Wolf Fatloss. Please remember to go and subscribe there if you haven't yet, and check out his videos. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Click the bell and select all for notifications for my videos as well. You can follow me on Instagram at WSRT Fitness. You can follow Eli at Awaken the Wolf Fatloss. You can also join the WSRT Fitness Facebook group, WSRT Fitness, where you can find both Eli and myself. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.